Hey everybody, my name is Donald Miller. I'm the CEO of StoryBrand and the author of Building a Story Brand. And I have a program called the StoryBrand Certified Guide Program for independent marketers. These are people who own independent marketing companies and are trying to grow their marketing companies and create sales funnels, websites, landing pages, lead generators, design work, logos, style guides, all that kind of stuff for mostly small business owners. We've had over 1,000 people come through the program, 1,000 independent marketers just like you, and it's a fantastic program. New StoryBrand guides often ask how the StoryBrand Certified Guide program came about. Well, it actually didn't start out as a business idea. It started as a problem I noticed after I wrote the book, Building a Story Brand. At the time, and for that matter to this day, between 250 and 400 small business owners were contacting me every single day because they loved the StoryBrand messaging and marketing framework, but while they needed to clarify their message, most of them just wanted me to make their website or create some sort of marketing campaign that would grow their business. The problem is, we don't actually make websites at StoryBrand. We are not a marketing agency. We teach a framework that makes sure your marketing works. Here's an even bigger problem that I began to notice. I cannot count how many times a business owner has shown me their website after reading the book or shown me their social media posts and asked if they were doing it right. And they were almost never doing it right. And it drove me crazy. Their message would be confusing. It would have a really high cognitive load. And if you've read the book, you know that I believe a good marketing campaign is simple and your messaging should not take any effort to understand. Zero cognitive load is the rule. My view about the marketing industry is a little bit cynical. It's that a lot of marketers are trying to be artists. They want to win awards or be seen as clever or something like that. They are more interested in impressing other marketers than they are in growing their clients' businesses. I know that's cynical, but I think it's a reality and I think it's tragic. And in my opinion, I think it's criminal. They sell marketing that does not work. If you paid for any other service and the vendor didn't deliver, you could sue them. But if you pay for a website that doesn't convert or a sales funnel that produces nothing, nobody even thinks twice about it, and that is not right. So we asked ourselves at StoryBrand a very hard question. Should we just build an agency? And I knew immediately I could not do that. I love writing books. I love giving speeches. I love inventing frameworks and working with words. I think running an agency would mean giving up the work that I feel called to do, which is teach and coach. My favorite thing to do is to be in a conference room with a group of executives and help them figure out how to clarify their message. So we were stuck. We had small business owners, hundreds and hundreds every day, who trusted us and no safe place to actually send them to get their marketing done. So that's when my team and I had a different idea. What if we trained independent marketers, people like you, in the StoryBrand framework? What if we made sure that those independent marketers were really, really good and they were more focused on clarity than being clever? And what if, once they were trained, we actually told the world to hire them? So about 10 years ago, we certified our very first group of StoryBrand certified guides. Now again, I had no idea whether this would work, but it did work. Business owners loved working with guides, and the guides we certified knew how to get their clients really, really good results on their marketing. Now, about 10 years in, we actually do a lot more for our guides than get them attention. We've had about 1,000 independent marketers come through the program, and many, if not most of them, have grown their marketing businesses significantly by partnering with us. We have regional meetups, an always accessible circle community, roundtables, masterminds, we have coaching services, we even have a giant annual summit, and we've become experts at growing an independent marketing business. One thing we've learned just from all of our interactions with these independent marketers is that most of them can grow to about $400,000 per year in top-line revenue before they need to hire anybody at all. Before they even have an assistant, before they hire a salesperson, any of that, they can actually get to $400,000 a year, and I've seen that over and over. They can get to that level of revenue all by themselves. If you think about it, that's really incredible because they get to keep their freedom, their autonomy, all that kind of stuff. After about $400,000, they probably do need to hire an assistant, and at about $500,000, they've got to ask themselves whether they want to grow into a full-fledged agency. But regardless, $400,000 is pretty good if you are still able to have that independence and the freedom that we all crave. Because we've created an enormous number of tools and resources for our guides, we actually know what they need and what they don't need, and more importantly, we know what works and what doesn't work when it comes to growing an independent marketing business. We also know what kind of marketing products small business owners, their clients, need, and we know what kind of marketing products small business owners actually buy and what they don't buy. We know what they won't pay for. We know what they will pay for. We know how to price confidently. We know how to structure an offer. We know how to close the sale on the first call. We also know how to follow up when people hesitate. Now, a decade in, we've organized everything that we've learned into a 3-phase, 15-step journey designed to help any independent marketer go from $150,000 or so and under to $400,000 or so in top-line revenue and over. Lots of our guides are actually bringing in $1 million or more every single year, so the program really does work. Here's what we know. There are 3 things that matter most in an independent marketing business like yours. Those are attracting qualified leads, closing those leads fast and with confidence, and delivering results that lead to retainers and referrals, allowing you to scale up your marketing business. Again, attracting leads, closing leads, and delivering results. The journey to a $400,000 marketing business looks like this. Within the 3 phases of attracting leads, closing those leads fast, and delivering incredible results, there are 15 steps or 15 sets of resources and help that we give you. We've turned this journey into a simple and easy to execute map, and we've coached hundreds of independent marketers through the process. Again, there are 3 phases, and each phase includes 5 steps. These are specific tools and systems, templates, all that sort of stuff that we give you so you can execute fast. So phase 1, attract leads, has 5 steps that create demand and bookings. Phase 2, close leads. There are 5 steps that make sales predictable. And phase 3, deliver results. We have 5 steps that create retainers, referrals, and allow you to scale. What all independent marketers need help with is to build all the systems, to get coached through the systems, and stay accountable to actually execute all 3 phases. Listen, if you try to do this on your own, it's going to cost you a lot of time and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So we've actually simplified and systematized the process for you. At StoryBrand, our value offer to independent marketers like you is this. You can job out the scaling of your business to us so you don't have to figure it out on your own. This shift that we've made to a 3-phase, 15-step journey has been really exciting. At StoryBrand, I now have a staff of 38 people, and we are obsessed with helping our guides hit that $400,000 milestone and then grow beyond that if they actually want to. The part that I'm most proud of, however, isn't really the revenue. It's the relief that our community has been able to provide your clients, that is, the small business owners. I've been stopped in grocery stores and airports more times than I can count by people who tell me they hired a StoryBrand Certified guide, and not once, not one time have I heard a complaint. Every time somebody has told me they hired a guide, they also told me that the guide got them really great results. And I still get very, very excited about that when I hear that story. If you think about it, the fact guides get results for their clients makes a lot of sense because we teach them to lead with clarity. And if you lead with clarity and simplicity, marketing actually works. If you try to be clever, it almost never works. Nearly every other marketer on the planet is obsessed with how clever they are, but that is not us. We think anybody can be clever, but it takes a certain amount of genius to spell things out so simply nobody has to think in order to understand you or your client's offer. So, very few people can do that, but StoryBrand Certified guides can, and that makes me proud to be the leader of this community. We emphasize clarity over cleverness relentlessly in our certification. The reason getting results for small business owners matters so much to me is because I am a small business owner. I've run my own business since I was 25, so for more than half my life, I've known the struggle, and I know firsthand what it feels like to be disappointed when you pay a bunch of money for marketing and it doesn't work out. Our guides are small business owners too, and so they are committed to helping other small business owners provide for themselves and their families. The marketing campaigns they create are not about them winning awards or being clever. They're about helping our small business clients achieve the results that will get them the peace of mind that they deserve. In order to help small business owners, though, our StoryBrand Certified guides have to be organized, creative, able to clarify a message, and effective. So this journey we take you on, this 3-phase, 15-step journey, is exciting because it's designed to help independent marketers install simple systems that create predictable revenue for their own marketing business and serious results for their clients. It's definitely a win-win scenario for all of us. So that is the story of how the StoryBrand Certified Guide program actually came about. If you want to learn more, or if you want to become a StoryBrand Certified Guide, go to storybrand.com/guide. That's storybrand.com/guide. And I'll see you at our next certification in Nashville, Tennessee. Bye.